Mike G, Auburn's path to another SEC tournament championship, it could be easier than a lot of people are saying. And the reason I say that, Mike G, is because a lot of people are still worried about that Florida matchup, that potential Florida matchup that could take place on Friday. But I think there's a very real chance that Texas A&M beats Florida. And I think Auburn matches up very well against Texas A&M. But even if the Aggies do not beat the Gators and Auburn has to play Florida again, I still really like Auburn in that matchup. I just don't think that there's a chance that they could shoot that poorly again. And I think their defense is going to hold up and travel really, really well. And so this is one I'm not concerned about. And then also, and this has kind of been something because Zep Jasper came on here earlier in the week and talked a little smack to Arkansas. Then Arkansas people found it. It's kind of gone viral in Arkansas circles. But
okay,
did you see that?
I didn't. I missed it. What did he say?
I mean, he essentially said like they're pumped to like beat the crap out of Arkansas.
Oh, I mean, is that a hot take? Really?
I don't know. But, people are like, people clipped it and they're like tagging the Arkansas basketball program in it and stuff.
Good.
Whatever. Great for my analytics guys. Thank you for watching, Arkansas fans. But as far as the whole that potential rematch, I don't think it's a given that they beat LSU. And I think Auburn would much rather play LSU than Arkansas. Am I off on that?
No, you're not. This is the most competitive we've ever seen the SEC in basketball. There are a lot of good teams. We've got 6 strong tournament teams with 2 fringe teams who could make a case to come off the bubble and get in on the back end. So Florida is definitely one of those teams. I would probably throw Texas A&M in there as well. If they somehow made a run all the way to the SEC championship game, they could possibly make a case. If they won it all, obviously they would be an automatic bid. But it's wide open. So you're right in those first rounds. It's anybody's game. Now, as far as Florida is concerned, I'm not concerned about playing them again at all.
Why not? I agree with you. I just want to hear your reasoning.
Yeah, my reasoning is the same as yours. The chances of us shooting that poorly again against them, now they got us in the swamp, right? Like we're not going back down there. This is, we may be in Florida, but it's not in Gainesville. So I just think that this team, and I asked Bruce, I was actually on a presser with Bruce Pearl earlier today, and I asked, hey, you're in get it done or go home mode now. You got to win every game or there's not another game. So, offensively, what do? Do you try to run the offense more through Jabari Smith or according by his own words, he's saying Jabari wins his matchup every night. What they need is they need other guys to start to win their matchups more consistently. Or do you lean on and just trust that these other guys are going to start to win their matchups and keep doing what you've been doing all season?
Right.
So they'll have to adjust in real time. He understands that Jabari is going to have to play a bigger role here in the postseason, but he believes in playing 10 guys deep. We're going to see Chris Moore start to get some time here, and
I hope so.
Change the rotations up. So. Yeah, so I'm not sure Flanagan has been. He's kind of been an offensive liability for them at times. I like us in a rematch against Florida, and particularly, I just don't think. I don't think that Kessler's going to be in foul trouble again. And there were so many things that just kind of played into Florida's hands. But I can honestly say every game that we've lost this season, it's more about Auburn playing down than other teams playing up because our defense has been solid in every loss.
Yeah, and I think that element disappears when the team Auburn's playing against isn't the home team.
Absolutely.
You all these teams that have not played in front of a full stadium all season, all of a sudden they've got an energized crowd because the top 5 teams coming in town. And so it's the Kentucky effect. It's what's happened with Kentucky for, as long as we've been alive. They're always good. And so that would be the loudest I would ever see Auburn Arena or Beardy's Coliseum. If you want to go back a little bit, I mean, even that place would be close to full and Auburn was terrible. But when Kentucky came into town, everybody came up suited up, ready to cheer on the Tigers. So Auburn's just getting that effect now.
Yeah, I'll give you a stat though. If Auburn is Auburn is plus 40% from the field, I think
It's over.
I think it's over.
It's over.
Every loss that we've had, we've been sub 40% shooting.
Yeah.
And over the first half of the season, they were steadily over 40%. And then, over the back half of SEC play, those percentages started to drop. Now, we were 43% versus UConn, but in SEC play, all the losses have come when we have shot at 40 exactly or lower. So if they can get that going, and you're talking about a few shots that we normally hit, where some players like Wendell and and even Flanagan
KD,
are having
Allen,
terrible games,
right?
Like they're going 2 for 10, and KD going like 1 for 8 or something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I just don't see that happening. Once we get into the tournament.
I'm there with you. Devin Cambridge. I mean, if one of these guys just shoots a little bit better, I mean, Auburn's undefeated.
Yeah. It's just it's really fluky kind of thing. So I just don't expect those guys to have those types of games. If Wendell Green hits one more 3, right? Like that kind of, that's how close these games have been. And if you look at the top 10, Auburn and Duke are the only teams in the top 10 currently that haven't been beat by double digits.
How about that?
This season, nobody's beaten us by double digits.
Yeah. And in something where everything's close, I like the team that has Jabari Smith on it. I like the team that is coached by Bruce Pearl. And I like the team that has been in constant close games and prevailed in the vast majority of them. I think that's going to be something that's really, really beneficial for the Tigers moving forward. Which team in the SEC tournament are you most concerned with from a matchup standpoint against Auburn? Mine's Kentucky.
Yeah.
I think they're playing really. And I said it after Auburn beat Kentucky when we were doing the post-game show for ESPN 106.7 during the season. And I kind of got some pushback on this, Mike G. But I was like, we're probably going to have to play them again. Auburn is probably going to have to play those guys again. And I don't feel super confident about it. I said that right after the matchup, and I still stand by that.
Yeah. Sheboy is a force. Right. I mean, he's great. And if Ty-Ty's healthy, if you ask Kentucky fans, if Ty-Ty's healthy, no other team ever has a shot. Right.
Correct.
But I am Kentucky is the team that scares me. They're still the most loaded with talent. And I know that we lost to Tennessee and Arkansas, but honestly, I just think it took really bad performances from us for them to win those games. So it's got to be Kentucky. That's got to be the team that you're worried about doing this. And they're going to be highly motivated in that one to try to, get some revenge.
Right.